Live, we are live. We're back, guys. What's up? I hope everybody's doing good. I've had an issue trying to stream to Twitter for like 2.5, 3 weeks now. And it has been quite frustrating. I even hit up StreamYard support and they told me that there is some sort of a known issue going on with streaming to Twitter. And so, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But man, I have been working on some things. And I have a really nice piece of software that I'm going to be running. We're going to do later tonight, in which we are going to do another Mars anomaly hunt. It's going to be a lot of fun. Because I found some really cool software that will allow me to stream what I see or what I have on the iPad. But it'll allow me to stream what I have on the iPad, and that's going to be really nice because, hey, TRG, how are you? That's going to be really nice because there's nothing like going through these gigapans with a nice brand new iPad Pro with, the Apple Pencil. I really enjoy it. So welcome everybody to the stream. Hello, Mimi. How are you? We have been on the backup channel for some time now, right? And we've got the main LeakU channel back up. I was live earlier today over there. I didn't light it up for this stream. I sort of have enjoyed my activities here on the backup channel and just sort of building that out. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew or were aware of my featured channel list, okay? If you haven't seen me live on the main channel, leaky.com, in a while, hey, Dolly, you may want to come through to one of the other various LeakU channels. Make sure you're subscribed, especially if you're a core supporter. And listen, we've got a new Mars Anomaly channel that I'm starting, I've started work on. And we're very excited to see where that's going to go. It is really, listen, we're just having fun. We're just having fun. And, again, there's nothing cooler than having the iPad Pro lit up with the iPad or the Apple Pencil and being able to go through these gigapans. And I have a method in which I can actually share the screen of the iPad, which is going to be really cool because I like to go through those gigapans, screenshot, and trace over it to sort of show what I'm looking at. And so, we're going to do just, a chop it up stream after this particular video. So I'd say we're going to be targeting about 8 o'clock-ish. And I will hit the main channel and I'll sort of funnel everybody over to Mars Anomalies. Again, this is the featured channel list. Shout out to Queen's Throne. Shout out to Concealed Ringleader as well. We've got the Crimes and Investigations channel kind of hot today. And I wanted to talk to you guys about Carole Motha Phucking Baskins. Carole Baskins, okay? Now, I just want to talk about, I know Carole Baskins, she watches a lot of the things that are said about her, okay? And I sort of wanted to come on out here and I just kind of wanted to throw a little bit of just wanted to, come ice skate a little bit. Because listen, I'm a little miffed. Okay, with Miss Baskins. A little miffed. Hold on. Let's see. Joe Exotic, as you all know, is in prison currently, right? He's currently in prison. And he is now asking for help to pay back Carole Baskins, who has gotten a $1 million judgment against him. Okay. Let me throw this link in the description. Bring this up for you guys. Joe Exotic, help me pay back that bitch, Carole. Okay. Now, listen. Joe Exotic, hashtag free Joe Exotic is definitely in the subject of the title of this particular video. Listen, you guys seen Tiger King, right? You've seen what a bunch of trumped up bullshit that was. You know, the guy, the little Chucky looking guy, little fat guy that likes to ride around on his little water toy. And then you had Jeff Lowe with his grimy self, who managed to somehow upend that zoo from Joe Exotic for a mere like few $1,000s. He went in under the guise of being a helping hand. A lot of people have given a lot of opinions on Jeff Lowe's work ethic. Jeff Lowe has been under a lot of criticism. He's even under fire currently by the federal government. There's been animals that have been seized. I mean, come on, in the middle of bumfuck Oklahoma at that. Bumfuck Oklahoma. These people are breeding lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. It's so wrong. It's all sorts of wrong. If you actually, was to take the time, this was a very interesting point, okay, that was brought up, is that you actually take the time to learn where tigers actually come from. And ask Carole Baskin, has Carole ever even taken an opportunity to visit somewhere or to get a better, deeper understanding of what a tiger's life is, even in the wild? Because here's the truth. Regardless of whatever guise that Carole wants to run her sanctuary under, it is still a zoo. It is still something people pay to go and see. And those animals are in cramped up spaces, cramped up cages. There's not enough acreage in the world that these human beings are going to be able to offer to these animals. Human beings have got to stop enslaving these animals. People want to enslave tigers and lions, and then they want to go in the cage with them and throw a little meat for a show, and then wonder why that tiger bites their nose off, right? One of the very interesting characters was the guy Tim, who after Jeff Lowe got and took the zoo right out from under Joe's feet, man, right out from under Joe's feet. Tim figured he'd come on down to Oklahoma and try to help Jeff Lowe build a new zoo. Brought many animals that ended up dying on the trip, and of course, they didn't really make a big deal of that when it happened. It was more so after the fact, and of course, Jeff Lowe was throwing the dude under the bus, right? And it's like, it's one of those things. It's like after he's done with you and he don't need you no more, he just throws you to the wolves, man. You guys, you got to be careful with these people. Hey, Diving, what's up? How are you? So Joe Exotic, he is asking for help, okay? He has started a GoFundMe for help to pay back what he would say, quote, that bitch Carole Baskins, okay? The woman he so affectionately calls, quote, that bitch Carole Baskin. Now, Joe Exotic, hashtag free Joe Exotic. Matter of fact, let me put that up. I want to make sure that hashtag is up. Y'all know that man shouldn't be in prison like that. Come on. Joe Exotic should not be sitting in that penitentiary like that. It was such a cockamamie. It was a cockamamie story. It was a cockamamie murder plot. And now what's so cold about it is if you actually if you were to talk to Jeff Lowe or any of those guys, now they're over there talking about, Joe shouldn't be in prison right now. He shouldn't be doing that kind of time in prison. But it was your cockamamie story that got him locked up. What the hell's going on? But listen, I am part of the Free Joe Exotic movement. You already know that I absolutely I hate uh, rigmarole. I hate police organizations in regards to, uh, defund police. Okay, listen, I'm not so sure that's a bad idea, to be honest. But of course, you guys know that I've covered a lot of police brutality in my time. Incredible amounts of police brutality. It's absolutely sickening. And if you were to do some research on many of these police organizations across the United States, do a little research on how there were some white supremacists that actually, I kid you not, made it a point to infiltrate police organizations in a couple of main cities, specifically three. Definitely Los Angeles was one of them. And there's a lot of just a lot of cockamamie bullshit, okay, that goes on. I mean, come on. Well, I just did the last police brutality. I know, right? The last police brutality story I did. Man, probably 60, 70% of some of the content I've pushed out, especially on Facebook, is all police brutality. We talked about an incident that just happened just a month or two ago. Actually, it was two incidents back to back where police just brutally, it's like the guy was having a bad day or something. He shot a guy in a wheelchair. An elderly guy at that. It was so cold-blooded. And what was so cold about it is he didn't just shoot him. He leveraged a kill shot after he shot the guy and busted, 6-7 rounds. There was a pause and then a pop, because that was that kill shot, that one you put between the eyes when you want to put like a deer out of its misery type thing. It's absolutely disgusting. So no, I don't typically have great views when it comes to police organizations. I'll be honest. But you guys, something really needs to be done to get Joe Exotic out of prison, period. Again, trumped up bullshit charges. Even the gentleman who was supposed to be the hitman that Joe supposedly hired for $3,000 is even saying that Joe needs to come out of prison. That, the authorities made it way more, okay. They were able to use and leverage the system, of course, in Oklahoma at that, for them. And Joe is in prison, of course, as you all know. So yes, I am a part of the Free Joe Exotic movement. I will continue to be a part of that movement until Joe Exotic walks up out of that prison, period, end of story. And that's how it is. Now, Carole Baskin won a $1 million judgment against Joe Exotic, and she's been trying to collect on it, okay? That bitch, Carole Baskin, she has been trying to collect on this judgment. Now, Joe has launched a GoFundMe. He's asking for an incredible $500,000 to cover recent legal fees associated with his ongoing feud with Carole Motha Phucking Baskins. Now, the thing about this with GoFundMe, they don't allow you to have campaigns that pay lawyers, period. That's one of their rules. So I highly doubt that campaign will be successful, but I want to put it out here for you guys and bring it into your awareness that Carole Baskin is not some innocent lady, okay? She's not some innocent lady, Miss Carole Motha Phucking Baskins. I'm from Texas, so I'm down here from Texas, so how it's pretty easy for us. You're training your German Shepherd to attack? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, we are back. We've got the main channel back. I'm just not live on it right now. I've been really building up these backup channels. It's kind of interesting. I don't even have to go live on the main channel. My core people, they find me. But so according to new legal documents, okay, a judge has sanctioned Joe and instructed him to pay Carole Baskins nearly $10,000 from a dispute over that infamous Oklahoma zoo that he used to own. Now, Carole Baskin, again, she has a little bit of money thanks to the great heart of those animal lovers out there that literally donate for everything, okay? They donate money for everything she's got going on over there. Carole Baskins, has managed to create quite a nice little life for herself, and has an entire tiger zoo under the guise of it being a sanctuary. Keep in mind, she's in the middle of Florida, in the swamp. Yeah, it's hot as hell down there. Those beautiful tigers, they live in places like China. As Trump would say, China. The Chinese virus, the China. Okay. You'll see them prancing around in snow and shit like that. Not typically in the Florida Everglades swamps where snakes and alligators absolutely and completely rule. But Carole's Big Cat Rescue is still trying to collect on this $1 million that she knew Joe didn't have when she sued him for it. She just wants to break him. But y'all know the rule, right? You get what you give, baby. One day it may be her. Now, this man has cancer. This man has no money. This man is in prison, and she's still trying to collect this judgment that she knew he didn't even have the money when she initiated the judgment. When she initiated all these court actions against him, she knew he didn't have that money. Period. Many would say Carole Baskins is a husband killer, a man eater. Her husband, Don, is still missing. And some people suspect that he may be in the septic tank, okay, on her property. She will not allow people to search it. And I think we have a right to say that, being the fact that you do have a whole husband missing right now, and she won't even participate or even help out in current actions that are taking place as of today in 2022. Don's daughters have been searching for their father. And Carole, who was married to that man at the time, she's not even trying to help. She doesn't care. She got all of his money when he, obviously she's the wife, right? She got all his money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of people, it's been rumored that Carole Baskins fed her husband to the tigers. I know, right? Carole Motha Phucking Baskins, damn it. Now, Joe still owes Carole's Big Cat Rescue. Hey, like kittens and kitties. Hey there, little kittens. He still owes $1 million to Carole. Something she knew she'd never collect on when she initiated the court action. But Carole, she's become so comfortable with so much money that she just wasted trying to hem people up in court. Period. That's just the truth of it, okay? Now, that was an actual trademark infringement lawsuit that she did. Bunch of bullshit, okay? But he needs help covering that debt too. The man is in prison. Y'all know he doesn't have any money. We watched Jeff Lowe strip that zoo right out from under him. Whether or not you agree that Joe Exotic was the best person to run the zoo, or things fucked up from time to time, whatever the case may be, it's still not right. I mean, come on, we can see the legal wrangling here. This woman is literally using money that's donated to her, by the way. Okay, it's not her money. It's donated to her, though, to try to hem people up in court. And she has started even legal action against other people to hem them up in court, to tie them up, right? So Joe made this heartfelt plea saying, quote, "I will walk out of prison with my clothes on my back, a $1 million judgment, no home, no clothes. My health is deteriorating and prison has not been kind. Simply put, I cannot get a fresh start until I pay that bitch Carole Baskins back." Now, listen, what's cool about this photo, huh? Look, what's so nice about this selfie being the fact that you've got a wild animal, a tiger, locked behind a fence in a very small enclosed area. the same type of small and enclosed areas that she's always complaining about with other people. She literally attacks every single animal person that is in that realm of, it's my right to have a cat. It's my right to have a lion. Listen, I wouldn't have one, but that's just me. But the thing I don't like is I don't like how, number one, she lives and operates off of money that is donated to her so-called sanctuary. And two, she operates this so-called trashy ass sanctuary under the guise of it being a sanctuary, but really it's just a prison for tigers. It's where the tigers go to die. Not where the avatars go to die. It's where the tigers go to die. Shout out to Sir King. It's where the tigers go to die. Oh, if you need a little help with that little man, that little tiger man, bring him on down here to Big Cat Rescue. We'll give him a home behind a fence. I mean, I'm looking at this fence like, could this tiger potentially, I don't know, dig it up, put enough force behind it to come through and bend that sucker? People want to play games with these wild animals, and it's just, I think it's sick. I think it's despicable. I think these animals need to be where they belong, and that people need to stop enslaving these animals for their sick pleasures, because that's just a sick little pleasure that you have. Let's be real about it, Miss Baskin. Let's be really real about this, Carole Baskin. You are just as much of one of those animal people that you say you loathe and that you hate, but you just decided to go about doing your shit up under all the rules and regulations of the federal government. You don't mind dealing with all that red tape. You go and you'll go and fight with people in front of lawmakers in Washington and all this kind of stuff. But man, let me tell you, I'm sure there's a little dirt, right? I'm sure that there's always people will like they love to shine lights, right? Or guide your attention to other things because they don't want you looking in their own backyard. Where's Dawn, Carole? Where's Dawn? Dawn had children, actual children and daughters, and even a wife. But hey, I digress on that one. I know you married an actor, but Dawn had children and Dawn has been missing. And let's keep it a stack here, y'all. Her behavior has been extremely wishy-washy. We're talking about, we got even lawyers and even people in the sheriff's office that don't believe her story. Again, there's all sorts of rumors that Dawn was fed into to the tigers, but we don't know if that's really true. But it is a rumor that seems to persist over the years, and we're talking years. So if GoFundMe chooses to approve this page, it's essentially called the, quote, "Pay That Bitch Carole Baskin Back Fund." And hey, it's really sad that you're even after you've seen this man broken down all the way, regardless of how embarrassed you may feel, regardless of how you may feel, after or whatever of all the things that he may have said to you over the years. You do have a way of making people really dislike you. And what kind of pride do you really get from trying to break a man down even more? The man is in prison partly because of you, Miss Baskins. What more do you want? You done made sure this man's freedom's taken. You've made sure this man has no money to his name. You've came after his parents, his mother, his father. You have did all sorts of extraneous things. Joe has free speech. And just because you don't like the way he talks or the free speech that he has, truth is, Miss Baskins, if you would stop harassing him. Oh, I said that. Yes, I said harassing him under the guise of the law. Maybe he wouldn't call you that bitch Carole Baskins, right? But let's be honest. Can we just be honest with Miss Carole Baskins from a perspective of the public? You use the money that's donated to you like a big hammer. And what's really, really, really unattractive, again, This man's in prison because of you. God, he didn't even get to marry you, or he didn't even get to get none of that punani or anything. You done destroyed this man's life. You've never even laid down with the man. Usually, at least the woman is, at least the man got something. But you're not even in that type of relationship with him, and you've taken such a personal effort. You even got your new husband over there on the attack. And really, the truth is, there's always some sort of there's always a little bit more to things. Leak, did you know Carole Baskin did a live interview on Breakfast TV? I think it was here in England, saying there was proof her missing husband was alive and well. Not sure where she said he was. Yeah, of course she would. She's done a couple of interviews regarding that topic. But again, Don has been nowhere to be found. And he had children. And those children, those daughters are now grown women. And they want to know where their father is. And, this woman managed to have quite a nice life with Don's money at that. And I encourage you guys to really review that case closely. I think we're going to have a couple of episodes where we really, really go through the case in regards to Don and Carole. We're going to kind of break that down in further detail. I'm not worried about being sued. Now, while Joe has chose to wage war against Carole Baskins, his attorney is pissed at her, telling TMZ, quote, "It's outrageous. Carole is running up legal fees against a man with cancer and no assets." And I would agree. So, wait, I didn't know that this guy killed himself. Oh, wow. Shot and killed himself in September and did so in the immediate presence of his wife. Jesus. Yeah, you guys, this Tiger King series has absolutely created some celebrities unlike anything that I have ever seen before. I'm telling you, it is pretty insane and crazy. Y'all, what do you think about this whole Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson relationship? It don't even seem right, do it? And then, of course, you've seen Kanye out there trying to Balenciaga it up with the new lady, Julia Johnson, I think her name is, dressing her and all kinds of weird stuff like that. So anyway, back to this. Joe Exotic says that aggressive cancer is back. Okay. He's dealing with that while he's in prison. He has no assets. He has no money. And, it ain't cute, right? It's just not a cute thing to try to beat a man down. You take his money, his freedom. You got one husband missing. Okay. Hey, third eye. It does kind of look more like a front, doesn't it? Now, there's Dawn. That's the first husband that some say was fed to the tigers. She was again seen in the Tiger King 2 series that just released to be an unhelpful, suspicious character in the ongoing search for her missing husband. Period. That's just the way it looks because that's the way that people see it. I'm not even going to deny that. She claims that she's done everything in her power to track down Don Lewis, her one-time hubby, who mysteriously went missing in the 90s and was never found. Remember, he supposedly got on a plane and was on his way to some Caribbean island. Maybe the plane crashed. Great cover story, Now, as you guys know, the second installment to Tiger King debuted, and a detective with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Moises Garcia, is prominently featured as they continue to dig into Don's case all these years later. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's a news report that she did, right? And if you actually look at that news report, and we're talking about when this first happened, right? What's amazing to me and what's a little unusual to me is that when people ask her what happened to Dawn, she repeats the story verbatim every time. And that's a little unusual. It's a little unusual. Now, as they have delved into Carole's suspected knowledge about Dawn's whereabouts, Moises Garcia flat out says Carole seems uninterested in helping them out. That has been a long-running observation, that she has not been helpful in trying to find Don Lewis. Don Lewis's daughters have a reward for information leading to his whereabouts. Now, the reason, quote, she hasn't cooperated with the detective's office for their request for information is because, according to Carole, she says she's done enough already. Really? This is what Carole Baskin said. Carole Baskin said that since the inception of the original investigation, she did tons of interviews, forked over scores of documents, and gave unprecedented access to the authorities to get to the bottom of where the hell Dawn is. Not just that, she says she put out a $100,000 reward. She added, quote, "There is no one who has more to gain from solving the mystery of Dawn's disappearance than I do, because it would clear my name and stop the idiotic rumors." She further states, quote, "There is nothing that I know that is either in the sheriff's files or in the diary I have published at savethecats.org. And no way I'm going to have a clear memory of anything to add 24 hours or 24 years later." While Carole acknowledges she has mostly snubbed the detective, she explains she did so on the advice of counsel. Oh, this lady loves lawyers, y'all. She loves them. She absolutely loves them. I bet you they eat dinner at her house. She says she simply has nothing more to contribute. I don't know. He was your husband and everything. Now, there's also this. The new Netflix documentary apparently reveals that the Department of Homeland Security has already found Dawn alive and well in Costa Rica. Carole says she hopes that's true, and it is even more reason she wants to put all the speculation to bed about her alleged involvement, which she says is based on nothing but unfounded rumors. Bottom line, Carole is not going to dig up the past, okay? And she's not going to let you dig up that septic tank either. Detective Garcia says, quote, "The only person in this case who is not considered a suspect and a person of interest is myself. Everyone else is a possibility, with Carole being a high possibility."
Tigers.
I think maybe they should check with Homeland Security, who seems to know where he is.
Right. Oh,
Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Carole? Do you think that he's still alive?
I didn't think that he was capable of supporting himself. He took about $1 million down into Costa Rica, and I had agreed to let him do that so he could prove to himself that he couldn't make a living. And when we recovered what we could out of that years later, it was only about $80,000 because the investments he had made were so bad. So I don't know how it is that Homeland Security says he's alive and well in Costa Rica, but I'm glad to hear it.
this story just keeps unraveling and unraveling, and you got so much hate after the Tiger King. How did you deal with that?
You know, knowing that I didn't have anything to do with his disappearance, I can't really take it personally that people were so convinced by really clever editing, I think, in Tiger King. And I'm hoping that people will tune in to Carole Baskin's Cage Fight and see who I really am and what I've really been doing. And then they'll understand why these animal abusers say such wretched things about me.
They
can't talk about the issue.
I cannot, okay? I cannot, because to me, in my personal opinion, okay, she's just as much of an animal abuser as the one she tries to put animal abuser titles on. Again, she has the great opportunity or option to run her little tiger zoo under the guise of it being a sanctuary. And frankly, there's been many incidents and photos and things like that taken that has really shown that those tigers are not in such great conditions either, period. Okay. Period.
The documentary transformed its stars Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin into household names overnight. But did it tell the whole story?
Well, after claiming that she was misled by filmmakers, Carole is now hoping to set the record straight in a new series which follows her mission to take down the next Tiger King.
And Carole joins us now. How lucky are we? Hello, Carole. How are you?
I'm great. How are you this morning?
We're great too. Yeah, I love it when
She's
you go
creepy,
hello, my
man.
Cassie
She's just
kids.
real
That's
creepy
my
like.
favorite line ever. Now, Carole, your new series, Carole Baskin's Cage Fight, is out now on Discovery. This has been a culmination of over 30 years of trying to expose these cruel animal abusers. How was it? How was it making it?
It was just like our everyday life. For the past 30 years, we have been exposing.
Anyway, I'm not even going to let her push that nonsense, not on my platform. Here's a link if you want to go watch the video in full. Absolutely disagree with that. I think she's just as much of a part of the problem. And I think that the only thing that has given her a leg up is the fact that she has some money and that she operates under the red tape of the government. And again, under the guise of being a sanctuary when she's just as bad. Ask Carole Baskins when the last time she went and fed one of those tigers. Anyway, guys, we'll be live up on the Mars Anomaly channel tonight, guys. We're going to do a Mars Anomaly hunting stream. I'm going to share the iPad screen, and we're going to just kind of go through. During those streams, sometimes I may not be doing too much talking, just a little bit of looking. A lot of times I may even delete those streams right after. But hey, we'll be around later tonight and have a little fun. So go get you something to eat. I'll make sure to go grab me something. I'm actually chomping on some deviled eggs right now. And I got a little whiskey cake in there. I'm going to get on ready. And I'll meet you guys in about an hour or so. So much love, guys. I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks to everybody who came through. Don't forget to check that featured channel list. Bye, guys.